Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome if it is your first time here. So today we're making this beautiful hobo bubbly bag. So I made a video that I posted yesterday. The video carries the pattern drafting and cutting of this bag. So this particular video will be carrying the sewing and joining of the bag. If you've not subscribed to this channel yet, do well to subscribe and join the family, and also like this video. So in the last video I showed how I drew this pattern on top of the jean fabric. So the next thing we're going to do right now is to sew on it just like this, and we're going to be doing this on both sides of the bag. Okay, so it's going to give you that design that is in front of the bag. Mind you, we are working with this particular bag here. This is the inspiration that we're going for. So after sewing both sides, we should have something like this as a finished result. Now we're going to take the actual measurement that we want for the bag after joining everything. So you're going to fold the bag in two places like this and notch. Notching makes you know the middle of the bag, so we're going to notch. The actual measurement we are going for this bag is 8 inches, but we have 9 inches. Then that's for the length. Then for the width we are going for 11.5 inches, but we actually have 12 inches. So this is me just marking out the excess that is not needed and then drawing the curve again after we drew the curve initially using the pattern. So you know the jean fabric stretches, so it has stretched out, so I'm just making it the exact size that I want it to be. So I'm just going in again with a little bit of stitch and then giving it the actual curve that I want the bag to have right now. So once I finish doing that, the next thing, I just trimmed out the excess that is not needed. So these are the two parts of the bag, the front and the back panel. The next thing we're going to be sewing now is the handle of the bag. So we're going to be folding the handle of the bag just like so and run a straight stitch on it from the beginning to the end part of the material. Next, get a loop turner or anything. I used scissors. So what you want to do next is turn this inside out. Mind you, the jean fabric is actually strong, it's stiff, so it took me a lot of time to turn this out. It was a bit difficult. So which is why if you're using a strong material like this, you want to make sure the handle has like enough space, maybe like 3 inches or 2 inches like I did. If you use any measurement less than that, it's going to be difficult to turn. But if you use the material that is really soft, even if it is 1 inch, it's going to turn easily. So just try turn it out and then pull out. So you should have something like this once you're done. The next step is to fill your fiber inside the handle. You can actually cut this into small pieces so that it's easier to go in, but I just swapped it in. You can cut it in smaller pieces and just put it one after the other, but I feel like it's going to take so much time, so I basically just went in with the fastest method. Now it's time to measure the side of the bag, that's to say the gusset of the bag. If you recall, or if you have seen the part when you notice that while we were drafting out our pattern, we did not cut out the side. We have to finish the sewing first so that we can get the exact measurement. The measurement for the side is 27, but we're going to be cutting 28. That's for the length. And for the width, we're going to be using 3.5 inches for the width of the side. So following the same placement as the body of the bag, the lining comes first, the fiber in the middle, and then the jean fabric on top, and that's how we're going to sew it. So now that we have everything set, we're going to prep the inner lining of the bag. Okay, the lining that we use there is not what we're going to use for the main lining of the bag, so we need to cut the inner lining. So basically I'm just going to get your material, the bag, the front panel or the back panel, whichever one, put it on top of the lining and cut it out just like this. Make sure there is allowance, don't cut the exact same size, and you want to cut it exactly how the bag shape is, so it's going to come out as if you're cutting another bag. So now that we're done sewing everything, we're going to join them together, which is why you're going to get the front and the back panel of the bag and notch to get the midpoint. You're also going to notch the side of the bag to also get the midpoint. Next, get the front panel and the side, put it together like this, and then take it to your sewing machine and sew it around. While sewing, make sure not to sew it to the end. Leave about just 1 inch allowance on both sides. So this is what you should have after sewing the front panel together with the side. So now we're going to attach the back panel on the bag. So we're done with that, and this is what you should have. So the next thing we're going to do is turn this inside out. All right, so this is the bag after turning inside out. Once you're done with this, the next thing we're going to do now is attach the zipper to the bag. Make sure to notch the zipper to get the midpoint so you don't have the left and the right side looking different. Then you go to your sewing machine and take a stitch. So once you're done with that, the next thing you're going to do is attach the handle to the bag. The bag handle will be placed on top of the side of the bag, which is the gusset, just like so. And that's why I said initially that when you're sewing round, you leave about 1 inch so you have allowance to sew the gusset. Then repeat the same process on the other part, on the right hand part. Now when you're doing this, mind you have to be careful with your turning so that you don't finish sewing it and then you turn the bag and see that the hand is not straight. So you have to be very careful when you're doing this part. So the lining we cut, the extra lining which is supposed to be the inner part of the bag that we cut, that I said you have to cut it exactly how the shape of the bag is. That's what we're going to be working on now. So you're just going to get the side and the front panel, sew it together just like how we joined the main bag itself. Always remember to notch to have the midpoint. So we're going to do the joining and I'll come back and show you what it looks like. So after sewing that, this is what it should look like. This is the front panel attached and this is what it should look like with both panels attached, looking exactly just like the bag, right? So now you're going to get the main bag and we're going to put this lining inside it. Make sure that the main bag is facing the right way, okay, but the lining will be facing the wrong way. So right side facing right side, yes. So that's how it's supposed to be. So once you wear it in like this is why I said it should not be exactly the same size, so you can have allowance to put it in. You're going to put it together at the top and stitch it. While sewing around, don't forget that you're not supposed to sew it completely. Just leave about 2 inches or 3 inches so you can turn the bag inside out again once you're done. So the next thing you're going to do is put the lining inside and do a top stitch just like this. So fold it like that and do a top stitch. Make sure you're not sewing on top of your zipper. And basically that is it for this bag. The top stitch, you're going to do it round and that's all, you're done. So you should have something like this as a finished result. This bag is actually really cute. For some reason I just love this bag so much, especially the fact that I used this jean fabric. Well, my sister already collected the bag from me. She said she'll be the one using it. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, do well to like this video, leave a comment, and also don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more tutorials like this. See you guys in the next one. Bye bye.